Do you know the drill? All right. Finally, we're live on YouTube. Already 2 likes on YouTube. Guys, you're amazing. That's probably Anna in the chat with Alfredo. All right, gives. So, Friday, June 19, the Friday of the solstice. Welcome. 6 people on YouTube. Welcome. Let me get back to my screen here on the Facebook. Already a like on Facebook. Thank you very much. Only one person. So, thank you. Who it is? Irina. I don't know if Shka. Should I say Dzień dobry or doble? Tell me, but welcome. Actually, yes, welcome to the 7 new Agile Loungers on Facebook. And the music you are listening into this pre-show of the recording of the Real Agile podcast, it's Rob Bass and DJ Easy Rock, and it's Joy and Pain. But in the lyric, you could hear them talk about fake. Don't be fake till you make it, because this is not a good idea. No, it is not. And this is why we do that series on the Real Agile podcast of Agile Lounge, the fake Agile series. Last month was in French, talking about the coach and Scrum Master. And to tell you the truth, I received a lot of private email from you, my great international delights, who wants to have it in English. So we'll probably redo it authentically, unscripted as usual, in English for you. The difference between an Agile coach and a Scrum Master, and how to decipher a fake Agile coach, a con artist. All right. So please tell me in the chat if the sound is good, the music is too loud, not too loud. Of course, the music will disappear when we record our podcast live. We'll make as usual, as I like to do it, as an ex-DJ, now an Agile coach, now a podcaster. I don't do anything like anybody else. And if you are one of those lucky people who live somewhere in Center Africa, from Kenya all the way up to Indonesia, India, some part of China, probably Kazakhstan as well, you are going to be lucky. I know that Saturday, tomorrow, is the summer solstice in the northern hemisphere, but there will be also a kind of a almost full solar eclipse. And you guys I just described on the trench, you will be able to see what they call the ring of fire. It's beautiful. I never experienced it in my life live, and I wish one day I'll be able to experience it. So for those on Facebook, you'll be able to comment as well. So yes, the music was from Rob Bass and DJ Easy Rock, called Joy and Pain, who they talk about don't fake it until you make it, because everybody will know and you're going to have pain, and you should bring joy into the world. That was a great rap from the 19... Am I live? Yes, we're live. All right. So the music that you're going to hear in the background, for the pre-show at least, it's as always from Mallorca and Ibiza, one of those 2 islands. How the fucker. I don't like what's going on right now. Okay. So sorry, it's uncut, unscripted. So for you who are new to it, we actually stream from our YouTube channel, which we stream on Facebook. And actually, no, I'm using Zoom right now for sure, because it's easy, especially when I just have maybe Anna who will actually help me get any comment that we have. So if you'd like on Facebook to create a watch party with your other Agilista friend, just go ahead. And probably next year, when we launch the real season of their Real Agile podcast, this will be considered as a kind of a privilege, meaning that it's a pre-show, and I also stay there after the recording of the podcast. You'll be able to, we're going to do a Q&A session, because right now I could answer to you right away in the comment of YouTube and Facebook. But right after, I won't be able to do this. And now, let's invite the people of LinkedIn, because the people of LinkedIn, there's no way to stream right now because they're kind of retarded. They're retarded in the sense of it's Microsoft. I'm telling you, we dare here to speak the truth. And the subject of today's podcast, we're gonna record live on Facebook and YouTube. It's the truth about Agile certifications. Yes, a lot of people say, "Oh, you French people, you put S everywhere." No, this is on purpose. And I put Agile, yes, but we're gonna talk also about other certifications versus experience and empowerment and what you could bring into the world when you know, actually, when you love and know something. So let's invite those people from LinkedIn to join us on this privileged live recording. Oh, thank you very much for the likes again. Once again, yes, if you like it, if you'd like to share it to your friend, any Scrum Master or product owner, or we'd like to enjoy a great conversation. And this is it. The pre-show right now is just to install ourselves, to test our sounds. The GarageBand software is not on yet. It'll be on. As soon as I'm going on studio mode, I won't necessarily pay attention to the chat. Doesn't mean that I don't pay attention to you, because you, my fans and Agilists and loungers, are the most important people in the whole thing. But of course, I'd like to produce quality for you. So, and I don't say that look it like this because I'm recording for people who do jogging, bicycle. I won't maybe suggest it that you're listening to your music or podcasts. But if, of course, when I do a podcast, even if I do this experience live, because that was the week of no shameness. I don't know if you realize that. I declare this week of June 15 to the 19th the week of no sameness, because I found into many networks of my business network, especially those who always try to bring some kind of they would like to advise you on doing the communication, or they want to advise you on how to all full of crap that, like, if they know better. Me, Coach AF, and the Agile Lounge, and also my coaches at the Agile Lounge, we don't know better. We think we are smarter, or actually more experienced in some field, and we are not shy to ask for help for places we struggle. We are fully authentic. We are fully into a learning kind of way. So what we know, and we'll improve with new information. And what we don't know, we ask for, and we ask help. This is a real team building type of thing. All right. So I'm really amazed at the Key IU family and Ibiza right now, the music that I'm streaming while doing the pre-show mostly, because that's the way I'm doing this. And that's the Fredo Coach AF ways. That's the Agile Lounge way. We don't do things like others. We dare talk real subject that matter, or they will matter to you. And that was the week of no sameness. This is what I was explaining. It's amazing. Like, everybody seems to have a recipe, and if you apply this recipe, you're gonna win. And where's the winners? I don't see winners. My clients are winning because we understand their needs. We understand what they want. We transform the desire into dreams, and dreams into ideas, and ideas into value proposition. Yes, value proposition. Not a fucking user stories. What the heck you talking about? User story is so 1998, guys, when I used to start being a Scrum Master back in the late 90s. And I'm just pleased that we have 90s music right now from Ibiza. All right, so what's going on LinkedIn, guys? All right. So let's invite the people of LinkedIn, those constipated people, because when you post something that is not in line with your business or with your apparently your personal brand, they have the audacity, not even courage, they have the audacity to come in private. And even on LinkedIn, by the way, guys, if you want to contact me directly, me, Alexandre Frédéric Joly, you have to do so through an SMS on my phone number, and it's available on my Facebook page, LinkedIn page, on my website, so you could find me. I mean, like, I'm transparent. I'm business. I'm a lion. So if you want to contact me directly and you want to make sure that it's not my social marketing agent or what have you, do it by my phone with an SMS or my email at coach at agile-lounge.com. This is the way to communicate with me directly. But the private message on LinkedIn the other day, Anna, she said, like, again, you post something about Bill 61 here in Quebec, and people want to tell you that LinkedIn is not Facebook or Twitter, so you should not do this, and you should not. I like when someone start with that phrases. You should not. I'm already like, it's kind of a trigger that is blocking me because should I? Should I? I wonder. Just do what you love and be who and why you are here. Period. I'm telling you, this is the way, as the Mandalorian will say. All right. So loungers, agile loungers of Facebook, YouTube, welcome, and we'll welcome the people from LinkedIn probably. Yeah, my coach explained me that the Blue Yeti should be in cardioid when I'm recording a podcast, and I should not speak from the top, but right in front of it. So let me know in the comment, as it's the pre-show, it's a technical kind of inspiration. Is it better? Is it better? So for those people on YouTube, if you could see behind me, it's less and less stuff because we are moving next week. So you won't see that much of our social media present from Agile Lounge, there, Real Agile. And of course, the Scrum Beer. Scrum Beer is going to be back in September, hopefully at the brewery for Origin. I hope so, so far. So again, it's the pre-show. It's 2:05 p.m. right now. We have music from the KIU family. You're listening the pre-show of their Real Agile podcast. It's a full intended unscripted experience. And yes, we are going to be recording soon when I feel ready. When I say I am. All right, all right. So when you'll see I make a cut and I mostly concentrate on the fact that I'm recording for someone who will listening to this. So I will avoid making any drop words of could you see this, could you look at it, and this and that, or could you comment on YouTube, on Facebook. If I speak about our YouTube and Facebook, is to invite them if they want to see the face of Coach AF recording live and this and that. And upcoming this fall and probably through the summer, my team and I, and including my marketing team, we are going to actually refine some of our workshop. And we're going to also start doing a great interactive workshop in Scrum called BYOS, or Build Your Own Scrum, created by Adam Westbard, that I salute, and I really appreciate that man. And still waiting for some authorization, doing it in French, maybe in Spanish as well. So we're going to have this new workshop. Of course, these type of workshop, forget about this kind of virtual stuff. I don't say it's impossible. I'm thinking about it, but it's truly an interactive, collaborative workshop where instead of playing stupid Legos, we are actually playing with papers and stuff, and the team are showing us how they could build their own Scrum. So that's the purpose of it. So you're learning Scrum with interaction, and actually also be ready to exit this workshop with great values for your value list. Value list is the new 2020 term from business agility, from enterprise Scrum, for a backlog, because a backlog it's a pain in the back. So a list, and a list of what? Of value, because what do you like and want and love to create in Scrum? It's continuous value. Simple as it. So yes, the poster says, thank you, Berta. Yes, the poster says June 26th, but we're recording it now on the 19th, and it's going to be available on Spotify, Deezer, and Apple Podcasts next Friday, the 26th. Because as we announced, our podcast, it's last Friday every month. All right, so now I think I'm getting like pretty much gear up. So tell me, Berta, is the music too loud? You barely hear it? Okay. So final adjustment before pushing the record button on Instagram. What I'm talking about. So let's. Should we play again, Rob Bass, for an intro? No, I don't want to do this because I know Facebook and YouTube will already kind of strike me about this. But strike. It's not a strike. They just will like. They said if you want to monetize this, you won't. But we are not monetizing things. We do it for free. The only thing we expect is we learn something with you and you learn something from us. So today's subject, I think it's one that set the tone of the mission of their Real Agile. Especially is the second episode, the first in English, about the fake Agile summer series. We might come back for the end of July. We'll see. Why not? As if we feel for it with the third subject. And today we're gonna talk about the truth. Like if I have the audacity of saying I have the truth, I don't have the truth, but people seems to love the shock phrase and key phrase about the Agile certifications versus experience. But let's see it. Okay, so I don't like that table. She's stumbled too much. Sorry for the noise. So let me get ready. Final test on the bad Facebook user experience, especially on Firefox on the Mac. Okay, why not? So I see the chat. So again, now we're gonna enter into the podcast itself for about half an hour. I should count myself about half an hour. And then I'll come back to see if you comment things and if you like to exchange a little bit for a post show. So stay around. And if Anna or myself are not replying to your chat on YouTube, on Facebook, don't worry, guys. We'll coming back at the end and we'll do a kind of a Q&A session. All right. So let's do this. Let's try the cardioid for once. Is it? Oh, yeah, it's kind of, with the feedback, it's kind of greater. The gain, is it too much? I'm no red, a bit yellow. Is it better like this? Is it Q? 1, 2, 3. 3, 3. Oh, no, too much. Like this, maybe? Like this? Okay, let's give it a try to that with this great music and background for the Agile travelers. Oh, one last thing before we go live for the podcast itself. August, September, watch it. Subscribe to our mailing list, our value list, because for those who keep asking me in private message if I'm going to have some mug for the Scrum Beer. Yes, I'm going to have mug on sale for the Scrum Beer. We'll have t-shirt, hoodies, a lot of stuff with our great logo, again, made by my beautiful soulmate creator, Steven Rees Christensen of Funky Dragon. Go there at funkydragon.ca. He's my amazing designer, UI guy. So if you like our brand, if you like the logo of Agile Lounge and Scrum Beer, we are going to have a lot of stuff coming up on sale on our website at agile-lounge.com. So subscribe to our list and you'll be able to get the news before it's happening, even though. So that being said, let's go now into the audio recording, which means that I'm not looking at you anymore necessarily. And we'll get back in about half an hour with you guys on Facebook, with you loungers on YouTube, to answer your question. You could actually put your question at any moment, and we'll get back to you after the recording. So, Anna, you ready? This is the full experience with Agile Lounge. So 3, 2, 1. There's no cue here. Welcome everybody to this once again with your coach AF, Alexandre Frédéric Gilly from the Agile Lounge for this new episode of their Real Agile and the series of fake Agile for the summer sizzling, the pre-season of their Real Agile podcast. So today, Friday, June the 26th, we have for you in store a very, 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 very daring subject. Some people in my last class of Agile leadership even mentioned to me when I asked my coach if she will be willing to come and discuss it, having a conversation. Someone from the UK says, "Oh, this is so politic and toxic to talk about certification." Really? Shall we? Nah, yeah, we dare Real Agile here, and we're gonna point out any violation or any faking. And no, we won't fake it until we make it. We'll perfect our way. We'll improve continuously, and this is the thing. So the title says the truth, but I don't hold the truth, nor any of my coach at the Agile Lounge. Don't worry about this. That was just to tease you and to bait you here, to have a conversation. And by the way, my dear loungers from Apple Podcasts, Spotify, and Deezer, I hope your jogging is good lately with listening to our tips, our conversation about business agility, Scrum, and Lean. And if you like it, please make sure you subscribe and make sure you are giving us your appreciation with stars. And if you think we have to improve things, please write to us at coach@agile-lounge.com, and we'll be more than pleased to interact with you. And otherwise, you could also go to our Instagram, Twitter. Again, it's so easy to find us. And any of your web search engine, favorite search engine, you just have to type Agile Lounge or even their Real Agile, and you'll find a means of your choice where you're subscribed, because probably unless you have the same marketing coach as I do, you're probably not on 33. You put me on 33 social network. Isn't it amazing? All right, guys. So, yeah, today I'd like to talk about those certifications. Often when people come into our Scrum Beer, we talk and we discuss. And every time I have some people in workshop as well, they ask me, "Oh, are you a CST?" CST and Scrum Alliance Universe stands for Certified Scrum Trainer. And they ask me if I will be able to help them get their certification, so on and so on. Maybe I will start with my story, because a lot of people will probably, if you follow me on LinkedIn, you'll say, "Hey, lately, didn't you pass your Agile Leadership certification with Evelyn Tian?" Evelyn Tian, that I salute, actually. She's a great CST. She's a great teacher. She's a great practical, interactive teacher, especially with the Zoom stuff. And my experience early June was absolutely amazing. I'm telling you, it was absolutely amazing. We were 25 Scrummies from 15 countries around the world. It was nice in the breakup room to exchange, to share, and to actually discuss. That's the most important thing. The certification is not the paper at the end of the road. It's not this little candy that will make you fake it till you make it. No, it's the conversation, the interaction when you meet someone, when you exchange, when you build your network of people who have the same passion as you to transform the world of work and to make great teams achieve better and continuously deliver goods and value to our customer, people first and everything else. This is the true Agile, okay? So this is the great thing about certification. And I think the dynamic of Scrum Alliance, it's one of the best, because it's people from literally all around the world with a lean mindset, with an agile mindset. But of course, there's a diversity of people. There's people more conservative, and that's okay. And when I say conservative, forget about politics. I'm just talking about a kind of a mindset. But nevertheless, the certification, it's not a mean, and it's not either the end of the way. The end of the way will never happen. It will never be finished. We are an infinite being experiencing here on Earth. So whether it's agile, whether it's digital, whether it's you're a great content, you're a great developer. If you stop learning, you stop existing, and I think you stop improving, and we never stop learning and improve ourselves. So that's the thing. And is there a certification with a snap on it make you a better person? No. A smarter person? That maybe no, not with a certification. With what you learn, if you did seriously your homework, if you did seriously, if you participate with your heart and your mind and you put everything into it, if you show up and you're ready to learn and to discuss these concepts, because it's all about concept. When you receive trainings like this before receiving a certification, it's about making sure you have an understanding of what you did or what you've been doing. So my story, a lot of people say, what's your story? Okay, my story is I was working in customer service, answering and call centers, basically. I did that at first for Cirque du Soleil back in the day. I toured with them, and I learned not how to please the customer, but I learned how to actually what was exactly customer experience. And so from there, of course, I was a student. So, and from there, I got the passion of people first already there 25 some years ago. I got the passion. I was a great organizer. I did events. So actually, always been an entrepreneur, because even with that kind of job at Cirque du Soleil and then the ticketing agency, so I start meeting people in the event business, DJing stuff. So I built one of my first company was actually a company to organize big event, and also a DJ agency and type of people for traveling permanent or unpermanent event throughout the world. And yes, I did work in the Mediterranean. I did work in Florida, Mexico, um, name it, New York, Chicago, Boston. So that was it. And I remember, without knowing it, apparently, I was really a lean thinker, because for me, what was the most important was the actual experience for any of the DJs that I used to make sure they will have the gig that they want. If they want to go in Dubai, Ibiza, Miami for the Miami Sound Festival, the Tomorrowland, all of these things. So it was very like my first customers were those DJs, where they want to go, where they want to make a show, they want to do Burning Man, so let's help them make the Burning Man. So for me, there was no question of complicating things. Get to the point of bringing value and a great experience for those artists. And of course, the client of my client, that was also important. All the rave we did with my company, all the party we did, everybody was pleased. Back then, there were a website called rave.ca and rave.us. And our company had the greatest rating for the experience. And these experiences were about 15 hours long, including the chill out session for those who been into this kind of world. You know what I'm talking about. So from there, I was an entrepreneur doing this, serving customers, and still working part time as a kind of a customer representative and so on, selling tickets for shows and jazz festival and stuff like this. And I learned. And the website came, and I get a job at Yves Rocher as the customer service manager. And from there, I was the first to build the e-services. We called that e-services that moment, to bring people into the web, to digitalize the stuff, and to answer emails, because there were more and more emails coming in. I'm talking about 1998, 1999. And from them, I became a CX, customer experience, like building the better call center, the multi-channel call centers with these web services. And when I say web services, that was the name we used back then, because I know today web services is a whole shebang of IT infrastructure and what have you. And yeah, certification back then, forget about it. And Agile, Scrum, Lean, forget about it. Lean was kind of there. I was doing it without putting a label on it. And all of a sudden, these experience of building world-class call centers for Yves Rocher, and then also I got back to Cirque du Soleil helping them, and I did a lot of call center. I won't name every company because I'm not giving you my CV, but my story was very entrepreneurial, customer-centric. I started designing flow for multi-channel that was including the calls itself, the emails, and even the live chat. We were the first back then with, I think it was Purulator and Bikini Village or San Francisco Mayo with PCM, all Montreal companies. We were having like these live chat experience to actually upsells and cross sells. So somebody was on the website, and then the agent between his calls was going there to the live chat and so on. So all these customer integration and mapping and flowing, and make sure that anyone, whether it was jumping inside a store or calling our call centers or going into our website, I was fully integrated 20 years ago already into this people first, customer experience. There were no user experience. The user was for loser. It was for customer, a client. Hearing them, I was doing focus group and forum back then. I was doing agile stuff, and I didn't know agile. And at some point, the guys in IT were speaking of lean and Scrum project management. And then I got myself a job in the software industry to actually build their call center and their e-services, especially for dating website. And I go venture into a dating website. Now that I met more engineer and software programmer, and this company and the software training kind of product, all of a sudden, a bunch of engineers, they said, like, you know what? We would like you to become our Scrum Master because you're well organized, you have great communication in both language of our countries, and you are so in touch. You always ask good questions. As a customer experience designer, I was already in touch with the pilots, with any trainer in the field of the space agency back then, and also some avionic and some airliners. And they said, like, instead of having a project manager, and actually one of the bosses there wanted me to switch from a customer experience designer to a project manager. And finally, with the asking of the engineer Ord, we experiment with Scrum. So that was my introductory to Scrum. And back then we called it Scrum Project Management. And so we learn all together. So I've been a Scrum Master since 2001-ish too. And and of course, back then, for about 10 years after that, I was playing the product owner at some places. And I built a business back then of digital consultancy with an Agile and Scrum touch. And then I grow. So that's, and I had some mandates. And I was always mixing between event, customer experience design, Scrum mastering, and product ownership. And I think I became, when I worked in Boston in 2006. Sorry about that noise. So I start learning more deeply, and especially I grab a book from Ken Schreiber and Mike Beadle called Agile Software Development with Scrum. I read it, and I saw all the mistakes that I made with my previous teams from 2002 up to that time, 2006. And I went to a gathering. It was today we will call it a meetup. So I met other Scrum Master and other product owner. And this is when I met, there was a kiosk from Scrum Alliance. I subscribed to become a member as a network. And there was no path for me back then. No, because it will be 10 years later when the market, especially the Montreal French market, they start asking certification for project management, agile stuff that they didn't even know what they were talking about. And of course, all our colleagues in the IT, or IT, when I say IT, I'm really talking about communication, networking, systems, Cisco stuff, CRM stuff, ERP stuff. So a lot of my colleagues and team members were already into this shebang of certification. And also we had, the project management, the PMI kind of thing. So this is why I tell you I didn't make a mistake in my poster or my title with S. Even if you Anglophone, you make a lot of fun with Frenchie like me, making S everywhere. So no, it's not a mistake. It's certifications because I would like to put like it's more than the agile stuff. So yeah, that's my story coming into this, and I learned by experience, by conversation, by networking, and also I'm really empathic, and I understand other people are suffering with this type of thing, and those kind of manager, I call them manager because when I call someone a leader, it's someone with a vision, it's someone with clarity and no ambiguity, who nobody wants, and he loves his people and he loves his clients. So this is a leader. A manager is just someone who do what is told to do, and he do and make people do what has been told to do. So this is a manager. He's just manage. He's doing administrative work, and he's no leader. He's no coach. He's nothing. It's just a piece of complete the sentence. Yeah, that's their real agile. And I'm telling you, I'm rough sometimes. It's important to be authentically rough and true. So that's the thing. So these managers start saying like, oh, the hiring manager, the HR, yeah, HR, I despise it so much. I hate HR. We are not resources. We are human being, people first. It's people and culture. This is the new title. My goodness. Okay. Anyways, thank you for listening to me. It's therapeutic. So the HR or hiring manager, please find me some people with certification, especially the consultant. So here you have it. So at some point, but from let's see, 2006ish. So I spent 2 years at Yelp in San Francisco, working with great Scrum people, Scrum Lean Agile people. We were learning and experiencing with empirism and doing stuff and stuff, going in conferences, going in Scrum gathering, and so on. And then I was approached by certification a very beautiful way, meaning that, as in my introduction, I was telling you, it was not about having that paper at the end to put on your wall or what have you, or to spread on LinkedIn. Oh yes, I'm here with my certification. Oh bravo, good dog. Here's your cookies. No, the way one of the co-sanitary explained it to me, he said like, of course there's a money scamming for all organization, PMI, Scrum Org, Scrum Alliance. By the way, do you know that Scrum Alliance and Scrum Org been found by Ken Schraber, and he left Scrum Alliance for the industrial agile complex that the board was doing, but he repeated it with Scrum Org, and now the people of Scrum Org are making as much money, or maybe less because they are less dynamic than Scrum Alliance. But both of these organizations created by the same guy who escaped this kind of money type of thing. It's all about the money, guys. Okay, stop lying. Everybody needs money to travel, to eat, to pay the mortgage, and so on. So at least, okay. So it's all about the money. But the money scam, is it a scam? Yeah, if you agree, you do it. So that's one thing. And we will have another podcast to talk about the IAC, Industrial Agile Complex, to actually point violation of those fakers. But here is the certification that's matter. And at some point, as I told you, certification itself, if you see it as a means or if you see it as a final step or cornerstone, you have it wrong. But if you seriously study, if you seriously go and exchange with those co-learner, okay, and if you go with your team to a certified Scrum Master or certified Scrum team or certified developer things. This is really great to actually interact and practice something and get out of your workspace. So if you see it as a training to improve your knowledge, okay, to get new knowledge, to be challenged, the process itself, it's very great, especially within Scrum Alliance, especially with the ICAL, especially with some kind of those type of professional organization. and you guys from IT and network tell us how is your experience with Cisco and stuff like this. But if you take it as I'd like to improve myself and have a nice feuille de route, a nice curriculum to put on top of your academic education and to put on top of your experience, this is a great way of approaching it. Okay. So that being said, this is like for me at the beginning of the month when I did my CAL, certified agile leadership. Actually, it was just a stamp proof to say like, yes, you have enough knowledge and practice. But that's what I like with Scrum Alliance. They actually test you. They test you, they make you work because you won't have the certification granted if you don't show up, if you don't show that you understand practically with the homework and so on. But of course, that's an industrial complex now, and they print as much certification as we print money nowadays. So there will be an inflation, and the inflation is that fake agile. So this is why I think I outlined something that on my poster I said something about certification help fake agile. If we talk about our fake agile stuff, and the same goes with PMI and program manager and certification of portfolio manager and project manager, the PMPs. And PMPs is even worse because they say to you that PM bucket's a guide, but actually you have to learn it by heart without thinking, without experiencing. And if you're good at memorizing stuff, if you're better at playing a play in the theater than having a great, knowledgeable, authentic conversation, you will pass your PMP. And okay, congratulations, you are an engineer. Now you're a PMP because you know stuff by heart. But in practice, all your team is leaving. They suck and you never deliver. Or actually, you deliver apparently 1 out of 10 project on time, on budget. But what about the quality? What about the experience of your user or customer? What about? Are you good with money? Oh, yes, it's good. The earned value management is so efficient. Yes. This is a whole world, whole mindset. Okay. So you see, certification is not improving in that case because you don't even think. And don't start me with safe, and don't start me with those PM Buck version. I don't know what, 6, 7 now. Tell me in the comment. With they include agile project management. Come on, guys. We are 2020. We talk about business agility, and now all of a sudden, Save 5.0.1, they came in late with their gray beige. It's so beige. Oh yes, it's so beige. Okay, guys, you're not there. You're not even creative. You think you are, but you're not, because you don't even capable of actually embracing change and transformation. Oh my God. This is editorial for sure. We are in the fake series for the Dare Real Agile podcast. Thank you for bearing with me, because if you think it, I will say it for you, and I will again invite you to come into our show anytime. If you'd like to talk about something we talk too much but the wrong way, if you'd like to talk about something in business agility and business and software development and everything and customer experience that you'd like to dare talking about it, because we don't dare enough. And that certification thing for me, like printing money, we print a lot of certification in both classical project management and the agile organization and the Scrum organization. I don't talk much about those technical certification for those guys of you who work in networking and ERP, CRM stuff, and Sage. And so maybe tell me, write to me about this, about your experience. We could do a show about this too. Why not? Because maybe in your case it's more technical, so you maybe need to be soundproof and to be the real McCoy. Huh? Real McCoy is not just a group of rappers of the 1990s. It was named after a guy, a great black African American. Actually, I salute him. That he was an engineer and he was in metallurgy. It's something like about the metal. Correct me if I'm wrong. I'm just by memory here, uncut, unscripted. So the real McCoy, when we used to say in these metal stuff, oh, this piece is a real McCoy, because it was made with the great matter to sustain a great chemical reaction and solid reaction for construction. So that was the real McCoy. So their Real Agile is actually want to improve the real McCoy. We not say we have the truth. We are here in an open space to learn and exchange with you and what have you. But this is important to understand that the certification programs cope with the this money-making scam of those organizations. And I'm talking about both PMI and even Scrum Alliance, my church, that I kind of love most of the people in it and most of the people we met. So I use it as a ground. But I know that at some point I'm participating in it, but I'm consciously participating in it and try to make a difference by, for example, having this show. And there, make myself enemies, even inside my field of Scrum Alliance. Because at some point, this industrial agile complex, and for sure we're going to make a show just on it. And I hope to have a conversation with 2-3 other people on the show to talk about it. Because yes, again, I understand we are still in this old way of thinking, earned value management, and everybody needs money. Everybody loves money. But do we love people we serve? Do we love people we train? Or we just think about the paycheck at the end of the week or at the end of the contract or what have you? So and again, I see a lot of people that I meet people so much at the Scrum Beer, at those gathering, at the Scrum conference, Agile conference, and they always question things about, what's the new buzz? What's the new int? What's the best certification? What's the... And it's all about, I'd like to make more money. I'd like to make something that will enhance my career. But do they think about the experience that they could receive and then after provide to their client, with showing them what they did that was an achievement? And even sometimes with fuck up night, for example, why not talk about your failure? Because don't tell me you never fail. I failed. I'll make a show of this too. But the thing is, certification is like the printing money right now. It's a debt for the community. And it's creating inflation. And the inflation is those 75%, I insist, 75% of the Montreal-based soi-disant agile coach are just fake. And they want to fake it till they make it. I don't say that all of them are not willing to learn and to experience it for sure, but they all in it because they see it as a buzz, and they create a very, 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 very dangerous way of thinking because they don't have experience. And if you have $3,000 US or Canadian, you just pay yourself 2 certifications. And because you don't have much experience, or you will fake your CV, this is disgusting, I saw it, and you will fake that you have experience here and there. But when you come on the floor, especially with developers that knows, with designer that knows, with business owners that knows, and they expect something truly open space, truly lean, truly Scrum, and what they have, it's a kind of wolf and sheep clothes. Actually, it's not necessarily the greatest, because they see a PMP and a CSM or a PSM clothes. But actually, Agile and Scrum people, especially Scrum people, we are the real wolf. We won't bite you, but we will show you the way to be autonomous, because this is the great importance. People first and self-organized people. Let them be, let them do for what you hire them for. You don't need a project or program manager. You don't need anybody to tell you what to do. The only person who should tell you what to do, actually 2. It's the business owner who wants a return on investment. And for that, you need to listen to the customer you're creating. Because without customer, you don't have a fucking business. And yes, I use the F words because enough is enough. We're going to dare Real Agile here. And stop talking shit. Stop being like pussycat. Okay? This is the end. 2020 and 2021. If you really want to take advantage of what's going on right now, just to give you an example, is there any certification out there that will make you a better leader and someone who understands. And when someone is sick, having the flu, having the cold, having something contagious like the gastro, will you stop making them feel bad if they lose 1 or 3 days at work? And now with the COVID, which is a big flu on steroid, it's the same now. But all of a sudden we do remote work, and all of a sudden we trust. Is there any F certification that make your mind change or make yourself improve as a manager to become a leader? There isn't. It's common sense. It's intelligence. It's high potentiality. It's capable people who respect each other, who could actually have a conversation, okay, and move onward for real, with will and love, putting love into this. All right. I mean, don't you have enough of all those fake, fading people with no taste and the sameness, with all those letters next to their names? Like if all those letters mean something, that they achieve something. How are they on the field? Why so many of them are still benching? One of my colleagues, I love her post on LinkedIn. She wrote something like, hold on a second. It's been 3 months. I'm under my business plan as a consultant. I teach people how to sell with Agile. And I will run after conferences and certification. No, from right now, I stop collecting certification. I will gain experience by participating with others on my field to learn between us and make sure that I concentrate my time, effort, and money investment into myself and upgrading my skills and practicing what I've learned and what I try to show up in the world. And she never benched. Like me, actually, in my story. Member of Scrum Alliance in 2006. Start certification here in Montreal because of that stupid market of hiring manager. And 2016, now I've got 4 certification. If I count those from Mike Beadle, that he was laughing at us when giving it to us, because for him, you're part of the guild of Enterprise Scrum because you show up to him, co-signatory of the Agile Manifesto, and the fact that you understand business agility, you understand Scrum and substantion. By the way, guys, if the word substantion, you are struggling to Google it right now to understand what it is in physics, and you say to me or to anyone out there that you are a Scrum master, that you're mastering Scrum and you understand Scrum, even if it's been 5 years you work as a Scrum master, you're just a fake. Because if you don't understand substantion, the dynamic of interrelation, you don't understand Scrum. You don't understand the need of your coworker, the need of your business owner, and especially the need of your client who actually use your services that the team produce or the product or what have you. Okay. So it's make me laugh so much because this is the fake series of the Dare Real Agile. It's to talk true and boldly about things that people are telling me in secret at the end of the Scrum beer when they are drunk enough. Okay. And they say, like, I'm so sick and tired of having those program manager and those portfolio manager and those corporate liar forcing us to do this and do that and just buzzing when they sell stuff that, oh yes, our organization is so agile, look at all certification people and so on. So you see, and now especially the LinkedIn people, and they will say like, Fredo, you're so aggressive, Coach AF, you don't bring any value in this podcast. Really? Listen carefully and listen to yourself. What you're telling me is what you are not doing. And what you're telling me also is what you are not being. Okay? I couldn't care less of the opinion of sheep when you're a great lion like me who shine and have real achievement more than letters next to my name. Okay? Because again, the fact that I invest time and money with people who wants it, who are passionate about it. Okay? And the other, I let it go. So if you have the only purpose of commenting on LinkedIn or write to my social agent marketing, because it's not even me anymore that on LinkedIn goes to my inbox, rarely. And they told me that there's these PMP and there's CSM and all of those people who actually write you and then block you after. What is this? This is so childish. You're not even a high potential people in my sense. So I don't even want to collaborate with you. If you have nothing else to do than being jealous, than being fake and being into your kind of narcissistic or convert narcissistic type of thing and taking advantage of others and others' ideas and making plagia, because this is it, this hyperinflation of fake creation and fake people out there saying that they could actually bring your organization and your business and your product and to a better value proposition. They don't know, because they just add money and they take a courses, especially here in Quebec, with someone who apparently is a CST, what have you. And they just get their certification if they could pass this kind of silly test. PMP, it's a bit more difficult, but again, if you're good at memorizing things, here you have it. What about your practice? What about your experience? What about your soft skills and communication, organization, interaction? If it's just about earned value management, if it's just about like technique to calculate how much my project and all this documentation, come on, guys. This is the PM bug. This is the PMPs. And then in Agile is the kind of same thing right now. We are just, you see the book of X or N and Y and this concept from the 1920s that now we could use. No. I mean, like, if we really like to innovate and being creative and pleasing the people we work with and pleasing the customer who are purchasing our goods and services, we have to do open space and continuous open space with ideas, with things from our customers saying like, oh, I don't like the way this is working because now this is no. So we should adapt the button there so you improve it. Okay, you don't improve it with desuetude because you want to sell more. No, you improve it because you want to improve the experience of using your product. So for that, you need an open space. You need self-managed team. You don't need certified people who've read books, but they never practice. They never put their hands into it, guys. So for me, it's literally creating this inflation on the market of all those people with papers and letters next to their name, competing with real Agile coach, 25% of us who actually have experience since the late 90s with digital stuff, the real digital transformation, with the real back-end machine, with the real experience of doing e-commerce from a static website to a transactional website. And now we are everywhere with AI and digital identity and so on. But of course, I will charge you for my experience. Of course. But you will gain from it. But no, what does most of the corporation who enforce the fake certification? You hire those people with letters next to their name, with lots of certification, sometimes even lots of diploma that you have to verify. But they have no real experience. Because how many people who does? And when I say people who does, I'm talking about developers, engineer, system network advisor, people in sales, designers, business owners. Like, we had that coach before or that project manager before, and we never get nowhere. They always have excuses and so. But I hired him because my HR lady or man told me that he has this certification, these certification process were good and so on. And then, but we never achieve anything. And you, Alexandre, after 3 months, you bring me where I want to be 2 years ago when I hired that guy with his PMP and CSM next to his name. Yes, exactly. That was an example of why there's so much fake out there. And at least for those who still believe in this imposture of fake it till you make it, at least tell me and look at me in the eye and tell me that you have the passion for what you do, and you know the why you do it, and that you'd like to improve yourself and doing and being agile. Okay, then I will be pleased to help you and please you with exchanging knowledge and experience. Because I think, and when I read the comment after a scrum beer, for example, they say like we were feel welcome by Anna and Catalina and Alexandre when we go to the scrum beer. We love the beer of origin, and the conversation we had, and not just with me, with any other buddies. And this is a very cosmopolitan mix of people, actually. It's not like if you go to Agile Montreal or to these other gathering, or it's mostly, I don't know what, but it's really homogeneistic. Me, it's very heteroclite. It's people from all fields. It's people from all around North America. They stop by in Montreal and have a beer in Griffintown with us and talk about things, true things, and things that we talk here on the their Real Agile. But of course, they do it in secret because they don't want to put their face up front. And you know what? I don't mind if you don't want to hire me or my coaches at the Agile Lounge, because we speak the truth and we speak our mind authentically, because that's the purpose of the upcoming centuries, the 2020s, and so on. This is the new reality. This is the new world order, a world of transparency and truth and the real stuff. Okay, so if you don't like it, you better leave it. Let us be the new generation of love, who wants to work and please the customer for their money and their investment. Not silly fake people who will find excuses, who will find justification for not delivering, for not making their workers happy, to force their workers coming at work sneezing. Huh? This is you guys with all the letters next to your name. This is your mindset. This is your traditional way. Those who urge to get back to normal or to create a new normal for the benefit of your normal. But I remind you, in French, I know it's working, because the mal and normal, it's bad. So this is not good. And we try to make a better and smarter world. And the world of knowledge, the fourth industrial revolution, and the web 3.1 will happen with HPI people, high potential individual with intelligence, with knowledge, and with the true perseverance of working with authenticity and listening to customers and listening to what people really want, not forcing people to do something, to be someone they are not. Okay? And at the Agile Lounge is in this spirit. This is what we call conscious agility. Okay? It's a mix of business agility. It's everybody working. When someone describes me, he's an Agile coach and he's just talking the software shit, you don't get it. You are not even in 2020, because what you explained me, it's 2001 with the Agile Manifesto. That was great. It's still great. I praise it. It's an historical artifact. But as my mentor used to say, Mike Beadle, and even Ken Schreiber, and even like Jeff Sutherland, move on. It will never be finished. Improve. Create. The real revolution is business agility, and no business agility didn't happen when someone in Australia created the Business Agility Institute, or when apparently the SAFe guys now are having it in their book of version 5. No, it was there back in 2000, and the mind of Mike Beadle and my mind as a customer experience designer, and Peter Drucker and Steve Dennings. It was there. It's not novelty. Wake the fuck up. Stop buzzwording and start doing shit. Deliver shit. All of my clients I had last year, that was their motto. Could we just deliver shit and make our client happy? And could we be really lean and stop all these markers on the wall? Just get to the point of delivery. Deliver. And then go play soccer with your children. Come on. Is it simple? And if you do your certification, do it with love and passion to improve your skills and knowledge, not to get a paper and letters next to your name and to inflate the market with your low rate that make pressure on us, the real agilists, and the real people who wants to achieve business in entrepreneurial and helping people and pleasing the customer and pleasing the worker with having a great work environment. No, stop it, because you are the inflation of our market. Do it by finding your why and your purpose, and then we'll embrace you. So that was Coach AF on this Friday, June the 26th, for the second episode of the Fake Agile series on the Real Agile podcast. If you like it, subscribe. I hope you like your run. I thank you very much for listening, and I hope to have you on my show one day to dare speak one topic that you have at heart and you'd like to spit it out with us at the Real Agile podcast. We are everywhere. Find us on Spotify, Apple Podcasts, and if you'd like to see the face of Coach AF, we are recording live on YouTube and Facebook Watch. Thank you again, and have a great weekend. All right. This is now the post show. Garage Bench is on. Was I on fire? YouTube, no comment, 3 likes. Thank you very much. What about Facebook? Should I refresh the Facebook to see it? Shrinka Vashista. Do you have a comment or? All right. I thank you, Anna. Was it too much at the end, Anna? I was like, because at some time I get really passionate about these things, and as I experience it so often. Okay, that's that. So I hope you liked it. If you liked it, please give me a thumbs up if you watch this replay, because we wanted the replay of the pre-show and what have you. And if you'd like to make your run, you're jogging with it, you won't have the pre-show and what you're listening now. You will just have the segment that we have, and really the audio recordings. So you could find us at therealagile.com. And then when you go to an episode, you can subscribe to the podcast streamers of your choice. And again, I have a magnificent, a great, amazing team. Anna, I know you're listening. So thank you very much for being in my life and for being in my team. Samuel, if you catch it later, because I know it's early in San Francisco, thank you for being my marketing coach and telling me to tone in and tone up and what have you. But again, I'm an electron lib, so sometimes I'm not always listening to your advice, but at least I just try to be myself and to offer the world the best experience, the smartest experience as well. And Elizabeth, thank you also to being there, and I see your improvement going up as a great Scrum teacher too. And who else? Stephen Rees, thank you very much. Not just for the look, but for any back-end conversation. So I'm really thankful today, because I will be nothing, especially Agile Lounge brand, will be nothing without Steve Rices Christensen, Samuel Ball, Anna Gorski, and even Master Frederic Pinto will help me actually trend market, like for some reason, because there are so many sharks out there that I have to be sometimes what I despise to be, just for intellectual property. This is the IP. And yes, so I think that was great. I don't know, you let me know in the comments. So please comment, share it, subscribe, reach to us, not just for contracts. If you'd like to learn more about what we are, what we do, if you'd like to be on the show, again, it's coach at agile-lounge.com. Give us your topic, what you want to bring, how do you want to show up. You want to show up virtually with Zoom, or come at the studio we're going to build now upstairs. So you're more than welcome, guys. You're very, very more than welcome to be part of this and to be part of this show. So guys, I hope you liked it, and Let me know by your interaction, and you're spreading the walls. So thank you very much. I wish you a very, very, very great weekend, all of you, wherever you are in the world. This is the solstice, the summer solstice in the northern hemisphere. I know for my friends down in Peru, Brazil, Argentina, Chile, it's going to be this winter solstice. I was there last year, actually. I was there, and yeah, Inti Raymi, they say in Cusco. So I wish you a great celebration of Inti Raymi. Bonne Saint-Jean-Baptiste pour les francophones d'Afrique, de France et du Québec. C'est la Saint-Jean. Mais je vous rappelle que this is nothing political, even if you dream of a country. This is about the sun shining as its peak is. So thank you, thank you. So see you soon, guys. Facebook, I say goodbye to you. Now Facebook is out. And now YouTube. How you doing, YouTube? Let me close the Zoom here. Do you have any comment on? No, 1 like, 3 likes. I don't know. Strike me if you like. I love you in Lakesh. And we'll see each other probably for YouTube here right now. I might say, we'll see. We never know if we are inspired to go live or to give you some stuff. I know I have a couple of stuff to edit. Oh, yes, that's true. I'm coming back with, of course, on Facebook, it's as it is, but I will come back with a more structure split in two, and that's becoming a podcast also. The great talk I had with Michael Herman, he is an open space guy. He knows the thing from the field. So this is what I'm saying. Like, if you'd like to co-create and collaborate with me and with us, you're more than welcome. But you have to be truthful. You have to be authentic. You have to be business-wise. You have to be QLA. QLA is quality, lean, advanced person. And you also have to be an HPI at some point, an high potential, intelligent person who would like to be smarter and make his or her client smarter. So you're more than welcome. Contact me, reach out to me, and we'll welcome you with warm and everything. So the next one might be in French. We don't know. So stick to our social network and our mailing value list, and you'll be able to see what's going on. So thank you very much once again. Have a beautiful weekend, and see you on the next Agile Lounge or their Real Agile fun, uncut, unscripted talk and conversation. Ciao.